Hello and welcome to another Modern stream. We're going to be looking at some changes that I made to Bant Knightblade. This is a brew that I put together and tried through a league, which I recommend you check it out. We did pretty well in that league, and I wanted to try some new changes based on some of my experiences. The very first experience is that I was a little bit short on blue, so what I did is I added an extra copy of Breeding Pool. Now we actually have 3 blue producing lands, 1 fountain and 2 breeding pools. This allows me to set up scenarios where I want to, play a Teferi and protect it with Mystical Dispute, Impulse, Hybrid the games, and stuff like that. Then I cut the Giver of Rooms that I had in my main deck. The reason for that is that every time that I resolve Ranger Captain of Chaos, it was always correct for me to go get Reclaimer. So it makes me think that every time that I cast this card, I'm gonna want to have Reclaimer. So I'm just, there's just no real reason to be playing the Giver, which is a situational card that doesn't really do anything. So I'm just going to try to maximize the Reclaimer value. And sure, we can get Esper Sentinel as well, which is also a pretty fantastic card. Speaking of that combination was absolutely fantastic every single time. So you will see that I actually went all the way up to 4 copies of Ranger Captain. Ranger Captain for Reclaimer is messed up. It was very, very good consistently throughout the entire league. And now we are kind of going a little bit more all in on that combination. So Ranger Captain looking very, very good. Besides that, the only questions that remain sort of unanswered is 3 Sagas too many? I was playing with 3 last league, so I want to give it another shot, but maybe this is too many. I kind of want 1 more copy of Solitude, but I didn't really know what to cut. And the final question is this even worth it at all? Maybe this is just not worth it altogether, and it's better to just play the extra copy Solitude here, and maybe another Teferi Time Raveler in the sideboard. Speaking of Teferi, the card was fantastic in my league, so I'm playing. I went up to the full 4 copies in order. What did I cut for it? I can't remember what I cut for it, but now we have the full 4 copies in Poor Sour the Games, and the other card that I did is I cut 1 Endurance in order to get room for a Verjuga Bog. Bog is absolutely fantastic when we have literally 8 ways of getting it reliably and instant speed. So having access to Bog here is probably gonna be pretty good. The Chalice is what I cut. So I cut the Chalice and I made room for the other Teferi. And finally, Force of Vigor is kind of a weird card in Sideboard because we don't really have that many green cards, but it's far and away the best effect of this kind. So because of that, I'm still playing it, but Stony Silence maybe could be a card or something like that, but just Force of Vigor is just such a devastating effect. So we're going with that instead. Yeah, hopefully we draw 1 of our green cards when when we need to do this. And Hardcasting it is obviously pretty fantastic, right? You are getting your money's worth when you spend 4 mana for this card. That's gonna be it. If you enjoyed the content, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and leave me a comment below with your thoughts, ideas about the deck, or potential ways to improve it. But this is what we're gonna be playing through a Modern League, so I will see you there for round number 1. Alright, here we go for round number 1. This hand is obviously a mulligan. This hand is obviously a keep. Now, what do we bottom? Am I really about to bottom Elvish Reclaimer here? There's no way, right? But I want to lead on Esper Sentinel anyway. And then I want to go 1, 2, 3. Ugh, this feels so bad. I'm sorry, Reclaimer. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I miss you already. I miss you already. Kinda punished. So I'm gonna go get Temple Garden here, and the reason for this is so by the time night comes down, it's already gonna be a 4/4. That sucks. That makes my Stoneforge a lot less good, huh? Damn it. Just zero tweets about the decklist, and I thought it was weird not having this G step. It's just not good in 22. It was never good. It was just never good. I mean, I'm gonna do this. I get Batterskull, I guess. Sejiri's Step is only good when you have crop rotation in your deck and you're attacking your opponent for 20 with a token, right? Like with a Dark Depths token. Hello there. So 2 mana. Trying to think whether I'm supposed to use Knight here to just cast the Knight. A really big Knight. Yes, but that assumes that your Knight is not attacking, right? And that assumes that you're untap with your Knight. If you're untap with your Knight, you're probably winning that game anyway. Like your opponents never, if they have a removal spell, they're not gonna let you untap with it. And that's what everybody misses. So at that point, you just have an ETB tapped planes that you can't fetch with a fetch land in your deck. It's just bad. It was never good, I think. It's its job. Except it doesn't really need that, right? Your retreat itself taps all of your opponent's creatures. Yeah, I think you probably have to agree with this as well. Like, how many blockers does my opponent need to have for my retreat not to be able to tap all of their shit? Man, this is a tough turn. Because like anything gets gotten by the spell bomb. So this turn I play the Knight. My opponent bounces it with Spellbomb. They make a construct. Oh, my opponent's playing Canister's list. They're playing Whirza. Yeah, this matchup's probably really bad for us, now that I think about it. Yeah, I guess we're doing this. I think I have to play the Knight here. And I can't really attack. But if my opponent has Whirza, we're just super dead here. I guess they can't have Whirza, otherwise they would have played it right there. And it's just so much better for them to play the Whirza than, you know, to make this happen. Okay. I guess they can needle my Knight if they have that. And that'll be pretty bad for me. Springleaf Drum. Okay. Those are some big ass constructs. Tell you that much. Oh, Second Saga is so fucking good. Main deck Relic too? Jesus. Wait, now we win? Do we just win here? We're gonna have 5 fetchables. We tap this thing. I guess playing the Knight was good. On top of that, oh, this was bad. That was bad. So tap that. So what I had to do is we have to fetch here, go get Yavimaya. Tap or untap. Yes. Fetch here. This is actually kind of great. Because this allows me for a way to like not only ramp but also loop and get some like get a hit on land drops in a way that doesn't require me to pay life. Might as well do this, I guess. Oh, we can suit up the knight with the battle skull, I guess. That's cool. Get another flagstones. And tap that. Yes. Float mana. Sack this. Another land. This. Tapped. Untap. Yes. Play that. No. Fetch. Land. Say no. Float mana. Play this. Yeah, that's my baby. So I guess that you can hear her, huh? Sorry about that. Solitude waiting? Yeah, probably not. Gonna tap the Batter Skull for value. Equip over here. 17. It's a lot of clicks, but yep. Next LDS percentile, you got me. Is this good enough? Remember when that game was almost very close? Remember when that game was almost close and then it wasn't? It was kind of cool. Esper Sentinel sucks here. Fairies, kind of okay. Soul Guide, probably not good enough. Is this? No, I put it together last week. I've been waiting. I've been waiting to unveil this masterpiece. Just gonna cut a Ranger Captain. Opponents seem not aware of the combos since they didn't sack spell. Well, they couldn't. They were tapped out. I don't think that they thought that they could die. Yeah, keep this. But yeah, Night Retreat is a super old school combo. Like it honestly hasn't been around for a really long time. Wilson with the Prime sub, welcome back. Pleasure to have you here. 2 months. Thank you for that. Lion Sash. Okay. I don't want to put stuff in the graveyard because it's just going to grow the Lion Sash. Let's get some Caldra action in there. I will attack, however. This matchup is not about playing way to shrink the knight. Probably isn't, but my opponent can like use spare mana like as turns go by. Activate Saga in response. I think I'm just gonna name Aether Spellbomb. Oh, actually, let's get a Plains here. I'm doing this right now so I don't get owned by something else. And Caldra now is gonna check all the constructs, which is nice. They're not playing Whirza. They're not playing Whirza, so that's good for me. Because next turn we're going to be able to play Knight and hold up Dispute, which is pretty nice. This turn I'm not going to be activating Reclaimer, I don't think. Shadow Spear. Even with the trample, it just doesn't do anything. So Caldra gives me a lot of breathing room here. Caldra gives me a ton of breathing room. That's also a sick draw as well. I think I'd rather play that instead of Knight. Bounce your thingy, pass the turn. Could attack there. I don't think that that's what this game's gonna be about. I think I'm gonna get more value by just playing it slow. And just using my Caldra on the plus here. Play that. Play Knight, say go. If they have Whirza, I can counter it, and Whirza is kind of the only card that matters here, which is nice. They could have Pie the Needle to get off of this Saga, which means I can't get Reclaimer, but if they name Reclaimer with a Needle, that means that they don't name Knight, so that's probably fine. Relic of Progenitus, sure, you got it. Like, they already had this covered with the Lion's Sash, so I don't know why they're getting that, but that's fine. Dispatch! Well, that I was not expecting. Okay. Okay. Well, that changes things. Actually changes things a lot. It actually changes things a lot. Crack here. Flagstones. JK. One, two, three, four, five, six. So we can't really do anything just yet. But we're not in the worst shape here. We're not in the worst shape. Opponent should have activated Relic for sure. Portable Hole. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yep, that's pretty good. That one is pretty good. That one is pretty good. Can exile that one. Not being able to block there is kind of brutal. They can sack spell bombs now, but I can also draw a force, and I'm gonna be able to kill one of these Teferis now, one of these tokens now. Gonna get another. Should I get Saga? I guess Saga doesn't really do anything. Never mind. Ranger. Just gonna die to this stupid Lion Sash. Where is Sugu when you need it exactly? Imagine if we had Sugu here. Sugu would be psycho. I think it's important for me to be able to hold up Dispute. We're gonna find Saga here. And I probably can't afford to take the damage. Green and green. So we're gonna be doing some chump blocking here. Gonna be doing some chump blocking. I mean, this gives you one more draw step. This gives me one more draw step. Because even if they bounce two things, like they should, I don't know why they didn't attack with the Lion Sash. Oh, they have Dispatch? Oh, okay. Okay. So now if I draw a retreat, maybe we're kind of okay. Okay, never mind, I drew a blank. That sucks. That really, really sucks. So my dudes are 2/2s now. I'm just dead here, I think. What's up, chemistry? Chemistry? How's it going, man? You're raiding? Have you been raiding? I guess it... Does it matter how I block? I don't think it does. At this point, I'm just dead, right? Like, the spell won't get me. Oh, force is what I needed. Force is what I needed. Oh, that's cute. All right. We're gonna put the token on top. Yeah, Force would have actually brought me right back into the game, funny enough. Any changes? Not really. Giant Killer becomes a little bit more interesting now. Because it's a tutor target. Welcome to another Modern stream. You know it. You know it. I think I'm gonna cut one Stoneforge. Kaldra is both great and terrible simultaneously, which is weird. This hand is pretty sketchy. It's not like crazy sketchy, but it's pretty sketchy. I don't think I'm killing the drum. I think I'm saving this for something a little bit more valuable. Yep. That fits the bill. That definitely fits the bill of something more valuable. The reality chip. All right. That is certainly a legal card. Oh, come on, man. Come on, man. Actually, like I'd much rather just kill the reality chip, now that I think about it. I flood with every deck. Yeah, but flooding is good for me, you know? Means that I'm winning. Oh, they have Whirza. Oh, Ashiok. Oh, I don't care about that. I guess I kind of care a little bit. Opponent, not a minor, sir. Green, blue, white. Prismatic ending. Now that we know that they have Ashiok, I'm going to play a land, a fetch land. Scry 1. Whirza Saga. Okay. There's Whirza. Actually, I messed this up here, so gonna fetch in response. Just gonna get some scries here. Get that Whirza out of my face. Reality cheap. I think we're just gonna ending the chip. Opponent's gonna equip. Great. Never mind. Just drew that. Oh no, that they play that from hand. Okay, so I'm just gonna ending the chip. So 1, 2, ending reality chip. I guess I should have attacked first. That was a mistake. Should have attacked first. Play this. Scry 1. Giant Killer. I'm gonna put that on top. Maybe I won't fetch it away. Probably going to make a Saga token. And I can also tap their dudes. Stoneforge number 2. Okay. Do you have another chip? Lion Sash. Scry one. Yeah, put that one on top. We like that one. Not my dude. I think if they let this resolve, I'm just gonna go get Needle and Needle their Saga. They figured out. Tandy! Todd Anderson with the raid. Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. We're trying some brewing here today. In Modern. Man, this is a close one. We know they have Lion Sash in hand. We also have Shadow Spear. I can Needle the... I guess that Lion Sash doesn't really do anything anymore. So I'm just gonna go get Shadow Spear here. And I equipped on the wrong thing because I'm an idiot. Whoops! God damn it. Why would I want to swing for one more? I can just swing for one less. Okay, this still works here. We're just trading removal spells. So this one has 3 damage, so I have to kill this one. Still trade for both tokens. I'm gonna hold on to the land in case like this. Oh, I should have actually scribed. Never mind, that was a mistake. MTG Freaking with the Prime sub. Welcome everybody for the thank you for the Prime sub. I appreciate it. Sorry for raid and making you basically right now. Don't worry about it, Todd. We're having a good time. We played a first league with this deck, went 4-1. Brand new brew. And it's been looking a lot of fun. It's been super, super fun. Yeah, we could have hit Spring Prom for sure. But like it's not that big of a deal. Okay. Say no to that. Scry one. Yep. Just gotta dodge another dispatch, but we're kind of looking fine here. Gonna get a couple of lands, but then... I mean, we can just force the issue on the Aether Spellbomb, which is the important thing. And they cannot lethal me, I don't think. Thopter Foundry. But they don't have Whirza, so that's not infinite. So they're gonna have to Spellbomb, yeah. That's what I was gonna say. Gonna have to Spellbomb here. How big is this knight? It's just gonna be a 4/4. Just not big enough. Damn, son. Lion Sash actually mattering. Lion Sash actually mattering. Concealed Draw Force. Sure. Never mind. We cannot we cannot draw force anymore. It was fun while we thought that we could still win though. Alright, see you next round. Round number 2, and we don't mulligan Splinter Twin in this dojo. We do not mulligan Splinter Twin in this dojo. I guess I'm gonna delay it for 1 turn. So I can time walk my opponent. If they have a bolt, they can't just bolt. Unless I draw a card. And we still can't double spell on turn 2 anyways. Oh, it's this deck. Well. The fairy! Where are you? The fairy, please. Modern is the best format. I don't think it's necessarily the best format. Pre-modern is the best format. Objectively speaking. Remember when I cut my chalice from my deck? Silly me. I mean, at least this deck does not play, what's his name, right? Like, it doesn't play force. So at least we got that going for us. Seems to me like we're about to get comboed out, though. Which is not good for the home team. Yep. Hey, we do get to draw a card at least. Okay, I mean, we kind of dodged there. They only gain 2 permanents, so if they don't have another enabler, we're good. It looks like they don't have another enabler. They can't even attack with the hasty gobos. They can attack with 1, I guess, which is funny. I just realized that this is a Gives Exalted. That's kind of hilarious, actually. I have to go for Knight, right? Like, Reclaimer's just not big enough. I am going to fetch, however, and the reason to fetch is if my opponent has Fury. They can either kill the Knight of the Reliquary or they can kill the Reclaimer, but not both. Sketches, thank you for that follow. If we do untap, maybe we can get to do some stuff. At least we can suit up the Knight and we can make it pretty damn large. Or I guess the better play would be to activate this Knight and play a second one and suit up the second one. No Omnath, hopefully no Cascader. What is this? Hardcast Fury? It's looking like Hardcast Fury. Bonus tapping really slow. Oh. Never mind. No Hardcast, nothing. Am I dead now? Yeah. Wheel is being spun. I mean, they're gonna get to draw some cards. That's so many fucking triggers. God damn it. Wait, both Omnath trigger? Because everything happened at the same time, both Omnath do trigger? That is fucking ridiculous. Well, in case you were wondering, I'll just F6. It's just easier if I just F6. It's faster. No, they don't. They only got 4 mana though. Great Creator. It's a bug. To be fair, this deck is bugged pretty often, so it doesn't really surprise me too much. In paper they get it, but just modo things. Oh, okay. Okay, good to know. Explosives for 1. I think this game is over, so I'm not gonna show them the Whirza Saga. Maybe we get a little bit of equity. Like, I could get a Reclaimer activation before my opponent blows everything up, but that taps my Knight. So I end up with just 1 big Knight, and I'm at 13. Opponent attacks for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I guess I get to block 1 of them. No, my opponent's gonna go fetch for Relic of Progenitors. I think I'm just dead here. Yeah. I'd rather hold on to the information, you know? So Fluster's good. The Fairy is good. Forge Tender. Place around Fury. And that's about it, I think. Forces are interesting because of Karn. Maybe not worth it. I just realized that Ranger Captain, like, we have 8 cards that my opponent cannot beat. I just realized that. I'm gonna needle for Karn. I like the accent when I pronounce the sa in Ursa. Me encanta Argentina. Argentina es una belleza. Una belleza. Keep this. Come on, dude. You gotta give me a break here, man. The time when I drew a hand that could keep up, like, they just find fucking gemstone caverns? Come on, man. What the fuck is F. Pavlush? Also for me, yeah. Yeah, F. Pavlush is Polish. That's my last name, Paulusek. In Argentina, yes, I used to pronounce it Paulusek. But Canister taught me that it's actually pronounced Pavlushek. Dude, Season Power is kind of fucked up here, right? I guess I can still plus the TEF. Fury owns me. Like, Fury absolutely demolishes me right here. But if they don't have the Fury, we can probably beat most other things. And they kind of need to have it right now, because once I get to untap, it's going to be a lot harder for them to make it through. I value the Reclaimers higher than the loyalty there. Plus on Tef, play one of these. And I guess Flooded Strand gives me more flexibility. Fury is still really good. Fury is still incredibly good. Land is fine. I wonder if my opponent's playing like Otawara and those lands. Because like Otawara would be fantastic here. Interesting attacks. Well, if they have Fury, I'm dead anyway, so I'm just gonna block like this. They can't have tricks, so get my ramp on. Get my ramp on. Let's pitch that. Wish they make an anti-set from MH3 with cards based on popular modern staples like Uncollected Company. That's funny. It's definitely a concept. Alright, show me the Fury. It's the only thing that matters here. Karn the Great Creator. That does not matter. Maybe it does, actually. Could it matter? I guess it depends on what they find. Engineered explosives is what they find. So, minus on a token. Nice. It's pretty good. Oh, whoops. My bad. Attack Karn. So they can trade here, but yeah. I literally just forgot. Wait. Well, never mind. Okay, there goes that, I guess. They're trading for a card that they were already killing. They traded for a card that they were already killing, which is weird. Maybe they want an Eon Zero? I mean, that doesn't sound like a great play. This Teferi is working overtime over here. Oh, they want an Eon 3. Okay. So I guess they're trying to go for broke. As opposed to trying to value. Let's see if they play around. If they play around a Pity Needle here. They don't. Engineered explosives. Here's this thing. Here is this other thing. We're not playing around shit anymore now. This is not a playing around stuff stream anymore. Nope. Nope. Opponent, I'm sorry, but you know. Okay, so they have a blocker there. So I think I'm gonna activate the knight. That means that when we go into my turn, now the knight is actually bigger. I was thinking like if I wanted to activate on upkeep so I could make a construct, but I think that the knight itself is gonna be larger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Because like this is gonna be a 9/9. So they jump here. They jump here. They take 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. What if they block the Reclaimer? I could also just leave the Reclaimer back to block. So swing here, swing here, swing here. Yeah, I guess there's no point in swinging with the Reclaimer. Just made Sugu 12 bucks. It was $5 yesterday. Is that for real? Is this lethal? So this is 5. Yeah, this is just lethal. Oh, that's 15. That's not 18. Whoops, that's not lethal. My bad. My bad. Am I about to lose because of that miscount? Maybe not. Just maybe not. I mean, if they have Fury, they were gonna kill the Teferi anyways. So it's not really that big of an issue. No! That sucks. So that kills the fairy and the knight. All of a sudden, I'm just happier than I fucked up. It ended up working out for me that I fucked up. Even get to draw a card for our troubles. Let's go. I mean, that doesn't kill me. What is the modern meat looking like these days? It's pretty good. I like that you said meat and I read it as meat. But you meant meta. It's just even funnier that, you know, it's funnier that way. So I'm assuming that they have another way to Cascade, which would mean that we're probably dead. Because they just shocked, so... Well, there goes that. Funnily enough, through mistakes, I arrived at the right play, but it just did not matter. Probably not going to be able to beat all of that. That's pretty brutal. All right, see you in the next round. All right, round number 3. No, not looking good there. I'm going to keep this one, though. Probably ship the spell one. What do you got, opponent? Or are you tanking about this Reclaimer? There's no way they have subtlety, right? This has to be my opponent just playing slowly. Force of will. Yeah, it's just my opponent not hitting the F6 button. Maybe they're playing Eldrazi Tron Copium? Maybe they're playing E-Tron? I don't know, man. Doesn't feel like they may be playing E-Tron. Kind of feels like they're playing Big Tron. Kind of feels like we may be in trouble. Yikes. I'm just gonna pass the turn here. And I'm gonna activate Reclaimer. Do you not run FOR? I don't know. What do you mean by FOR? Ballista for 3? Okay. Oh, Field of Ruin. Nah, I'm just playing too much stuff. I mean, so far this could be... This could be the thing. This could be Eldrazi Tron. Guess I should have played a fetch land. I was not expecting to be facing a shitty Ballista. Not a bad draw. So that's another Reclaimer. This is why we play 4 copies. This is why we play 4 copies of this. And I'm just getting bodied this league. Reclaimer. Go. There's no way I'm supposed to sack Ranger Captain here. I'm just not going to. If my opponent plays Karn the Great Creator, I can actually pressure the Karn with the Ranger Captain itself. Thought not Seer. God damn it. I mean, the good news is this could still be E-Tron. This could still be E-Tron, as far as we know. What are they gonna ping in response to the trigger? Or are they gonna let me get a 2/2? Gonna sack Ballista? Not gonna sack Ballista. Okay. Equip. Ending. I say we make up for this league with some Sue gameplay. So after playing a 2-hour league, let's cut this 1.5-hour league short and let's play a 2.5-hour league. Is that what you're saying? Is that the plan? Oh fuck, it's actually Eldrazi Tron! Fuck yeah! We actually do have a shot now. I mean, maybe not right now because, you know, they have Smasher or whatever, but... So that means we can trade with one of these. Fairy. Minus over there. Well, I'd rather make another token here, so. So this is going to be a 4/4. Other one's going to be 5/5. Also, I just realized how bad of a draw this was. Now my thingies can't get anything. So much sadness. Good thing is that I'm not actually dead on board. We still have one little dude. They did nothing. They do nothing. Opponent does nothing, huh? Plus... So I think the better play here is to equip Shadow Spear. Fetch for Forest. Play this. I actively don't want to exile a land, an artifact, I mean. Same with Construct. We're up to 9 now. Okay. Okay, we're doing some stuff on some things. We have one more Saga token coming up. They could needle. If they needle, they're probably gonna name... oh, map? Oh, they just get Blast Zone. Yeah, that's real fucking good. That's really fucking good. So would I rather draw a card? Or would I rather bounce the Smasher? I think I'd rather draw the card. Well, bouncing their token doesn't do anything because I just get to trade with the token. It's a 2/2, right? Mine is going to be a 2/2 as well. So if any, and bouncing the Smasher doesn't do anything either. So I'm going to take 5 and trade tokens. So I think I'd rather just draw the card. I think I'd rather draw the card and potentially find the Knight of the Reliquary. Don't thought not sear me now! Go to 1, lose to Walking Ballista or Karn the Great Creator. I mean, the problem is that we have no way to gain life anymore. We also have nothing to fetch. So I think I'm actually supposed to Teferi and kill one of the constructs. Keep this one. Minus. Gonna save this. I guess that we don't have Path to Exile, so like Solitude doesn't trigger this and nothing triggers that, so. I mean, if they have absolutely nothing, we have a trade and a block here? Okay. I guess we're trading everything, right? If they attack. Man, beating these stupid cards is a lot harder when you're just at 1. Yeah, they should attack with everything. Because it forces me to trade my entire board. What can I draw here? I don't think there's anything I can draw. Certainly not a Windswept Heath. Alright, so we got our wish. It was indeed... it was Eldrazi Tron, but still wasn't good enough. That's fine, though. I think Stoneforge is actually gonna be quite powerful here. Reclaimer is also pretty solid. Teferi's medium. I try so hard with Knight and you love me for it. Thank you, Staffs. Means a lot. Means a lot. It's good to know that there are some fellow Knight believers out there that can share my passion and my deception. Deception is not the word. Disappointment is the word that I meant. Can we see a Flagstones off the top? One time. Hit me with our Flagstones. Dismember, dude? Get the fuck out of here, man. Alright. Okay. Maybe it's fine. Land off the top. Easy. Gotta find Breeding Pool here. Should have been Hallowed Fountain actually, but it's fine. So we should win next turn. Hopefully my opponent's like fucking around with like their stupid Eldrazi boys. We get to kill them. This just cannot be real life, right? Natty fucking Tron. Natty Tron into the Sky Sword. Why is this in their main deck now? Why did they bring this in? Why am I facing a Sky Sovereign? There's just so many things happening right now. Ugh. Dude, it's like literally nothing else matters, right? Like Natty Tron into, I guess they could have had like All This Dust or some bullshit like that, so maybe they had a bunch of outs, but like it's so, oh man, like Reality Smasher doesn't matter, like fucking nothing matters, like this is the only thing that matters. Okay, I'm off it. Like I've done my time. Yikes. Alright, not a good hand. Let's ship it. A little bit of a better hand. I'm gonna keep it. Probably bottom the retreat. I think I'm gonna bottom this. Let's bottom the retreat. Because Saga Lantern kind of combos a little bit with the Saga that I have in my hand, just making my dude bigger. Serum Visions. I demand more. You demand more Reclaimer. Reclaimer's pretty good. Reclaimer is pretty solid. You redeemed to choose the deck? Oh, that's true. You're right. I forgot about that. I'll come around to it. Tomorrow I have some Dono deck lists, so I'm going to be taking care of that. We got a Dono from Punt, and then Manaless Dredge. Oh, come on, dude. That's so devastating. That is so devastating. Like this Saga just doesn't get anything anymore now. Yikes. Woof. That's okay. We will survive. We will survive. Maybe my opponent's playing a graveyard deck and I found my natural Lantern. They're playing Storm? Shit. It's been a minute. I'm doing this right now because if I get remanded, I can actually draw a card here. Okay, so we get to at least kill their thingy. I imagine Storm is an okay matchup for us. We got a reasonable amount of disruption. I honestly cannot wait until I draw my Aether Spellbomb for turn. Or a Kaldra. What do we say I'm gonna draw, Chad? Like a Kaldra or Aether Spellbomb? What's it gonna be? Playing SSG next week, running the most recent amulet you posted. Non-card, I will be throwing 2 Bailoffs in the board, however. Why Bailoff, though? Like, I don't think that card's very good. I would probably even say that whatever you're cutting to make room for those Bailoff is just worse than... It's just better than the Bailoff. Like, it just kind of doesn't matter what it is. Okay, at least I did not draw the what's his name. And we are putting my opponent on a clock here. This is 7 points of damage here. They're facing lethal next turn. And they have to win through a Soul Guide Lantern. I'm worried about the red matchup, lack of life gain. Every red matchup is fantastic for you. Like, it just doesn't matter which deck they are on. I guess, like, maybe, like, the mono-red Obosh Prowess, maybe that one is a little bit, it's bad for you. But every other red matchup is just fantastic for you. Like, I don't know why you would want cards for a matchup that you are very unlikely to lose. Yeah. So... all of these are pretty good. My entire deck just owns my opponent. So this finds Bog, so I probably want them. Sentinel seems great. Veil seems fantastic. Probably don't need either Spell Bomb. The Fairy seems okay. Probably don't need the Retreats. Batter Skull is probably bad. Ranger Captain they literally cannot beat. That's awesome. They just die to so much random bullshit. It's really funny. Storm does not look good right now. Storm does not look good right now, I'll say. Of course. It kind of feels like the hand's good enough that I'll keep it anyway, but yikes. It's almost poetic. Like, very first time that I bring in the Bog in any matchup, and we enjoy it immediately. I'm going with this because we can both dispute or veil. Like, if my opponent plays a Goblin or a Baral, I'm going to want to counter it. Serum Visions resolves. I think I play Bog this turn. Yeah, I guess that changes plans. This allows me to get proactive while holding up interaction. It's a really good draw. So Bolt sucks here, but like, yeah, that's whatever. So to Dismember, 2 EE, 2 Relic, 3 Force, 2 Endurance, 2 Tracker, and then XX, 1 Boron, 1 Cavern, 2 Cavern Main. I mean, I think that Blue-Red is probably going to be a big deal, right? Like Blue-Red Murktide. Hallowed Fountain. Dispute. For you. Pass the turn. So now we're holding up Veil of Summer and Reclaimer activation, which is nice. I wonder if they play around Veil. Would be interesting, right? Like if they're gonna play around, like if they're gonna gifts main phase is what I'm trying to say, or they're gonna gifts in response to my Reclaimer activation. Like I'm still going to activate this Reclaimer. I don't think I can afford to not activate, but it's definitely interesting whether they activate right there or not. Seems like they don't. Now I am gonna pass though. Because I care about activating the Reclaimer more than anything else, really. Can probably beat Crack Firely Islet. And start doing Reclaimer things now, which is cool. Now we don't have to worry about gifts, which is also cool. Flagstones. Into Flagstones. Man, when Reclaimer gets to do its thing, it's just so sweet. Just missing a gazillion land drops, but we're still ahead. You got... Yeah, Storm is... Just hasn't aged well, you know? It's not a deck that has aged well. Unfortunately, because I think it's a very cool deck. I think it's a very cool deck, but it hasn't been good in a really long time. Clear around Blood Moon a little bit. Go find my Saga. And I think these Reclaimers are gonna start beating them. This is honestly getting a little bit out of control. That's it. We got no targets to find off the Saga now. That is it. We're now officially left with no Whirza Saga targets. It stinks. We're gonna do 6 here, and I'm just gonna play Stoneforge. Because now the construct is not gonna be lethal, and the Caldra is, alongside with these 2 bad boys, so... When no opponent has Casting Flames in hand, they do nothing. So no Remand. What's their hand? Just like a bunch of rituals and nothing to do with them? Maybe they're just looking for a mana dork. BLC Bob Snack, thank you for that, for hanging out here today. How's it going? Let's see if we can get a 2 and 3 here. Just wrap up the stream with a couple of Ws. Make it a 50 pp stream. What kind of deck am I playing right now? This is a brew. But yeah, we're doing well today. Having some fun, playing a little bit of a brew that I put together last week. It's been a lot of fun. I have a soft spot for Knight of the Reliquary, and this has felt like the best Knight of the Reliquary deck I've played in a while, which doesn't really mean too much, but doesn't really mean a lot. But this feels like the best Knight deck that I've played since. No, I'm facing Storm. Pyretic Ritual. Okay. Gifts and Given. Metamorphose. All of the Storm payoffs are sorceries. Maybe my opponent's gonna brain freeze me? Nope, just gonna concede the game. Alright, sweet. See you for the last round. Let's see if we can get those 50 PPs. Alright, last round. Okay. Playing against the Lurrus deck, by the way. Let's see what we're up against. Black-red, so maybe Shadow? Turn 1 Monkey. Oh, Jund Saga. Oh, not even. This is a spike deck. I think I'm pitching Solitude. I'm Solitude pitching Ranger Captain, sorry. Yeah, this deck is super cool. This is one of my favorite spike brews in a while. Not sure how good it actually is, but looks really fun. But yeah, when my opponent playing Saga as their second land, it's actually quite likely that they don't have another land. Like this is I think it's a 19 land deck or something, so it's not super unlikely that they would miss a land drop there. And I have to try to take advantage of that if I can. I wonder if opponent has Pine Needle main deck. So next turn we're gonna start to do some stuff. Next turn we're gonna start to do some stuff on some things. Gonna get my point of damage here because Reclaimer's not blocking anyway. Ugh, they finished the Triumphs, dude. Ugh, that sucks. That sucks. I honestly really hate that they finished the Triumph cycle. Like already a Triumph cycle is such bullshit, right? It's such a terrible cycle because it's egregiously overpowered. Bant and Spirit Control with Trump seems awesome. Yeah, I know, but that's kind of the point. Like that's why I hate it. It's because it's ridiculous. Like it's gonna be insane. Like every deck is just gonna be a Triumph deck now. I don't know. I just wish it wasn't like that, you know. Okay, we end up with Reclaimer, which is good. Like that. I kind of want to get Shadow Spear here, actually. And the reason for this is like it's gonna allow me to use my mana better. And now I can just go over the top of what my opponent's doing. Opponent's missing land drop, so they don't get to do that much. And this is what I always tell Spike. It's just like, even though the deck caps at 2 mana, like the curve is like a bunch of 1-drops and a bunch of 2-drops. But you are an Urza Saga deck, so you want to be using your mana basically every turn on sagas. And if you ever... My opponent honestly got kind of lucky to find 3 lands here, because they're not really playing that many lands. And it's just one of those things where you want to be spending so much mana every single turn. Even though your deck is a bunch of 1-drops, like, if your monkey doesn't connect, like, you're not going to be able to multi-spell very often, even though your deck is a bunch of 1-drops, so you kind of should be able to, but just not. So I think that the deck should play, like, at least 21 or 22 lands. Sure, that's super fucking dead. Thank you for the follow, Tire Bulge. Like, whatever they sack deal here is just a fantastic deal for me. Like, this is just so good for me. Like, they literally just... they stone rain themselves. They're just like, yep, this mana source, don't want it. And now we're just gonna get to... do the thing here. Flagstones. Sack here. Yes. Hallowed Fountain. I definitely think that it was not worth it for my opponent to just destroy that like that. So this means I get to cast Solitude. I guess I get to equip Shadow Spear and cast Solitude. This lag today can be total gems. The Grixis deck looks so sick. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of the Grixis deck. I think the Grixis deck is actually kind of legit. So I can keep my Reclaimer alive. I think I want to do that. Of Saga. Means I don't get to kill the Disciple, but like Disciple's not gonna be able to race me. You're playing the Grixis deck for the 1K Sunday? Wow, you really liked it, huh? Yeah, I like the fact that, you know, that's what Spike always says, which is like when you're trying to brew, what you have to do is you have to first of all identify an interaction that is good and potentially underexplored, and then or a card that is not seen enough play or whatever. But you have to find something that makes it worth exploring, you know. Why didn't we trade with Stoneforge there? Because if I draw another Stoneforge, then the Kaldra is better, right? Also, keeping my life total high is good for me. Now, do I want to upkeep? I think I do. Well, that sucks. So I was trying to stop on my upkeep, and I was going to use Knight to go fetch another Saga. But obviously I misclicked and I put the stop on my opponent's upkeep as opposed to my own. I think we're still really, really far ahead anyway, so I'm not too worried about this, but... sure. I'll deal 1 more damage. Oh, I should have. Whoops. I'm not gonna be able to activate now. I should have shocked. I'm mentally checked out. I don't think I can lose this game, so I'm just mentally checked out that I didn't do that. Definitely see there's more room to explore Semblance Anvil. I don't think that's a good one though, Constant Flow, because Force of Vigor is an extremely widely played card right now. And it just doesn't really, you know, it just doesn't really line up well. Which is the opposite of Hidetsugu. Like Hidetsugu, whatever. I never remember like the actual name of the card, but Hidetsugu, whatever, is a card that is the opposite of that. Like it's a card that is very underplayed, but extremely, extremely good. Like it just lines up so well against the format. Definitely a punt here that I did not shock there for the breeding pool. I'm at 21, right? It's pretty unlikely that I get got by something. All right. It's not like we needed that, but now we have that. Please don't play well light control, guys. It's definitely not coming from a Grixis Shadow player. Tap your dude. Yes. Activate. I think I literally have no fetch lands left. No fetchables left. And tap. Sack that. I have a 14. I'm gonna grow this past, right? Like I don't think I need anything to complete nothing. I think the combo is still lethal enough. Infinite Consortium, thank you for the follow. Again, I'm trying to build my deck with the least amount of bad cards possible. That is my concept. My concept is every single one of the cards in this deck is good. Like it's objectively good, with very few exceptions. Those exceptions are exactly Retreat to Coralhelm, and that's it. And like the tutors, I guess. Like this card is potentially bad, like these are potentially bad, or like these are potentially bad. But every other card in my deck is objectively very good. Like it's just on a ratio, it's just very, very good. Like you're just getting some really good deal for the mana that you're spending on them. And this also applies to the mana base. With this, have you surrounded against? I think Knight is less than very good. I mean, it's if you're building an entire deck around it, it's potentially good. Like Knight has not been embarrassing in this deck. Knight has not been embarrassing. Probably probably don't care about this. So I'm gonna have an endurance. Ranger Captain, good. I mean, when Ranger Captain draws you a Reclaimer every single time, it's a good card. Which again is my point. Now with Flaxon, since the deck used to win by itself in fair matchups, if you untap with it, probably too much of an opportunity cost nowadays. I mean, I have Flaxstones with the Abimaya. Like, it's actually great. We'll prefer to make room for more 67. Yeah, but, I mean, do you want to brew a new deck, or do you want to just, like, build the deck that we all know? Like, it's, I'm trying something new. Like, I'm trying to see if this is worth exploring. I think it may be. I think it may be worth exploring, so I'm doing that. Yes, I could copy literally any other tier 1 deck list and play that instead. And I will probably win more. Have you explored Ranger Captain package over a Stoneforge one? I'm not sure what that would look like, but it goes to the theme of playing good cards. Well, the thing is that the Stoneforge package, what am I trying to say here? There are only so many good 1-drops. That's the issue with using a Ranger Captain package. That's a decent draw. I think I'm going to play Misty, because if I draw a fetch land, I can play a 5/5 Knight. As opposed to a 4/4, meaning that it doesn't die to Galvanic Blast. Hola. McDonald's.
Un Big Mac.
Un
Big Mac.
Está bien. Yo ya estoy por terminar, así que...
¿Te lo dejo abajo?
Sí, anda.
¿No querés que te deje las papas?
No, está bien. Porque voy a hacer un chat. Yeah, exactly. Like, this is what I'm saying about this deck just not playing enough lands, right? Maybe just throwing away Whirza Sagas. Sure, like the first one can find Springleaf Drum, right? But here's Knight of the Reliquary. Phil, yeah, I like the deck. Dying is just never wrong suggestion. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if I had a tournament that I'm preparing for, I would play Amulet, right? But I'm not, and in that case, like, I'd rather try to explore and see if there's any truth. Like, it's just fun for me to explore other decks. Like, that's what I'm trying to do today. And it's not like I never play Amulet, right? Like, I play Amulet all the time. Is this a spoiler-free stream? No. We just talked about the spoilers, but there's just not too many spoilers. They're just disappointing spoilers. Play the Shadow Spear anyway. Is it just Battle Skull and the Chunker Living Weapon as our equipment package? Yeah, exactly. It's a very small equipment package. Denial Land, though. Yeah. Like, it's good. Like, I'm gonna play with the card. It's just I just think that it sucks that it got printed. I'm not sad, I'm disappointed, you know what I'm saying? Galimon, thank you for the follow. I didn't even see I wasn't sub. Alright, fix it. Alright, thank you. Thank you, Ash, I appreciate it. What do we want to do now? I think I actually want to equip, because I'm probably going to be pitching this Stoneforge to the Solitude. And this also means that I get to play around Galvanic Blast, which is pretty nice. They do have the Gallblast. So even if I only get a shock here, like I could turn this into a shock as opposed to a deal 4, but my opponent could just like spellbomb anyway and make my knight a 3/3. So like knight's gonna die regardless. Which kind of sucks, honestly. Like we just have no gas at all. So maybe I should have gone for the Stoneforge instead. By the time it was fine, well invested. Not sure there was a good reason to play that deck, but it was cool. Yeah, exactly. Like it's just every now and then you just want to brew, you know. I don't know. At least I do. It can get not necessarily boring, but it can get like stale playing the same deck and just playing a brew and trying to see like if you are able to figure out how to get an edge in a format or whatever. It can be pretty rewarding. So I don't know. That's just how I feel about it. I think I'm gonna Solitude here because that's just too much damage, unfortunately. Yeah, this is probably the worst art ever. It's so confusing. Again, my opponent missing land drops. Knight. Is Knight better than Stoneforge? Probably not. Stoneforge gets me Battle Skull. A huge reader of bad decks, but every once in a while you get the great one. Hashtag Titan Tron. Some decks are harder to forget than others, right? All right. Just never managed to get going that game. Pretty brutal. Let's play the last game. See how we can do. I like this hand. Turn 1 Reclaimer. Flagstones? Oh, I should have played this. They're just gonna shock my Reclaimer and I'm gonna be so sad. Damn it, that was a bad play. That was a really, really bad play. Alright, we don't have that much time. We don't have that much time here. Am I getting Yavimaya or am I getting Flagstones? I think there's also an argument for getting Saga. Yeah, actually, let's get Saga. Because Saga allows me to find a Biting Needle a little bit quicker so I can name Witch's Oven. planes. I'm gonna get Knight. There's no point in attacking because my opponent gets a block and sack, so I'm just gonna chill here. And then on my upkeep, I get to crack the Saga. We're just playing for Teferi and Spellbomb and retreat to Korahome. Just pass. Okay. I think I'm fetching Yavimaya here. Terminate. Well, I guess it doesn't matter which one gets which. What's the name Witches of him? Here we go. Alright, chip would be so cool in this shell. Let's win more. I mean, we're not playing that many creatures. But we're playing like a reasonable amount of creatures, but we're not playing like a crazy amount of them. Okay, so I think here, I think I'm gonna upkeep Saga. No land. That's okay. So second Reclaimer, play Spellbomb. It's important to note that this also counts when my stuff goes to the graveyard. Another Saga, which they're wasting a little bit of value there. Second Disciple's kind of brutal. Second Disciple's pretty brutal. Ooh, that's pretty good. Okay, so are we making a token here? I think I'm making a token. Have I explored Lion Sash? Not in the shell, no. It's my second league with it. I don't think I'm like too excited about it anyway. Surinarv seems good in this deck. No, Surinarv's not good in this deck. You're just not getting enough value from your Surinarv. I think we attack. I mean, they can double block one of them and sack Spellbomb, but if they do, Okay. Let's change the deck one card at a time into Sword Orb Titania. I mean, I could never say no to Titania, so I'm not gonna start now. Baby needs hugs. Yeah, she does. They float mana. I feel like I'm at the verge of death. That's how I feel about this. I feel like I'm very close to just losing. Baby needs streamer to get this W, yeah, definitely. I mean, please equip Shadow Spear. Please equip Shadow Spear. Please and thank you. Yes! They just forget that there's an Aether Spellbomb in place. Because now they can't make a token this turn. I think they may have forgotten. Yeah, no, they can't make a token. And they didn't even re-equip the Shadow Spear. They want to crack Spellbomb, I guess? Well, they don't have lands because they're playing a 19 land deck. So they're missing every freaking land drop. Which is only logical, really. So I get to swing with both of these. And we have a Reclaimer activation. We still have one Flagstones, I think. 7 points of damage. Opponent doesn't crack spell. I'm so confused about how they've been playing this game. I'm really confused about how they've been playing this game. Sure. I think it's possible I'm never going to have the time to start messing around with... Did I cut all my Esper Sentinels? I did. Because funnily enough, like right now, it would be like a good spot to like drain your captain just for an artifact. Sure. What do you want to name? Reclaimer? It'd be fun if you did one match loss, one gift sub on days like this. I mean, I would probably go broke pretty quickly, so doesn't sound like a great deal for me. So no more Reclaimer action. Don't think I want to fetch just yet. That's a pretty good draw. Not a half bad draw. Zoing. They also have to fetch to crack this. Just make all your mods gift subs. I don't have that great of mods, you know. My mods are a little bit more medium than that. So one interesting concept here is that if my opponent cracks, I guess we can see if they draw a card, like, because I could just endurance myself here. Because Lurrus is not going to matter. Yet another reason why I think this deck should play more lands, because like they're Lurrus, right? So I think because this is exiling my graveyard, I feel like there's value in putting like the Saga and the Spellbomb and like the Flagstones back in my deck. So let's do that. Now my opponent again can double block on one of these, but I can just oh, they didn't pay. Oh, I got debated. So they're just going to like kill my God Blast my thing. Okay. So they can double block one of my Reclaimers. I support a lot the streamer if you give a sub for each of their win. This seems good. Okay. Trading with the Disciple seems oddly kind of good for me. Monkey. I mean, they've been stuck on mana the entire match. If only the opponent had been playing more lands, am I right? Getting there, Endurance. Go to 1. I respect it. I respect it. So now we have options. We can move it around, or I can just play the Ranger Captain. I think I'm going to play a Ranger Captain here. We get to trade with a Monkey, fetch another Reclaimer. This is looking good. This is looking good now. Moto is starting to lag pretty hard. Well, this is named Reclaimer, so I can't really suck anything. A block. Actually, that's a bad block, right? Yeah, that's actually a bad block. Opponent's not about that Lurrus life. Are we streaming tomorrow? I think so. I have a couple of... I have a dono from Punt, which I'm actually kind of excited about. Seems like a really, really fun deck. So many Reclaimers, so little time. And then I have a super weird dono for a manaless dredge deck, which is kind of funny. One of those I expect to do better than the other one. let me put it like that. There's no way their deck is meta. You mean this one? It's an Aspiring Spike Brew. It's a classic Aspiring Spike Brew. So that's game. That's super game. Been living under rock for a while, then know what in and out of style. That's fair. Yeah, so it's a brew that Spike put together, and it's pretty fun. It works with like a bunch of like sacrifice synergies, like Ravenous Squirrel and Monkey makes treasures, and then you sack your treasure and you trigger the Ravenous Squirrel. There's a bunch of really really fun synergies going on. It's a really fun deck. All right, 50 PPs, 2 and 3. Are you still having trouble getting a hold of Sages? Yes, I mean I haven't bought them just yet. But yeah, all right, 2 and 3. Lot worse than the previous one, but 50 PPs are 50 PPs, okay? Alright, to wrap things up, obviously we did a lot worse this league, but I still think that I like this version of the deck better, and like us going 2 and 3 as opposed to 4 and 1 is just a mere coincidence. It did show how there's a couple of matchups that actually can be quite problematic. Like the Glimpse deck, for example, looked miserable, and Mono Green Tron, even though we did not face Mono Green Tron, like I hadn't really thought about Mono Green Tron, and then like as soon as my opponent goes Tron land, even though they were playing Eldrazi Tron, which should be a much better matchup for us, when they went like turn 1 Tron land, I'm like, oh yeah, like we cannot beat Mono Green Tron like in a million years. So this deck definitely has a couple of holes that are not gonna be easy to fix. Funny enough, like against those matchups, the retreat combo could be particularly good. So you know, because your opponent is playing very limited amount of interaction, maybe you can like play Knight on turn 3 and then combo them on turn 4. We're not playing over Hierarch, so comboing them out on turn 3 is not possible for this deck list. Again, we're trying to be a little bit more mid-rangey and more value-oriented. So because of that, we're going to be missing out on that aspect. But the deck list felt good. I kind of want one more land. Because it can be tough sometimes. And I realized while comboing off like one of the matches that Yavimaya means that even though you have, like, you can literally sacrifice every single land, right? So you cannot really fizzle. You can put literally every single one of these like 20 lands. I guess let's say that you're going to have like 5 lands in play. You can put 19 lands in your deck, which will make the Knight of the Reliquary a 21-21, so you should be able to swing for lethal. The difference is that, you know, the fetches, what the fetches do is that they allow you to actually tap your opponent's creatures, which you otherwise can't do. Like if you're just fetching for like basics or like normal lands, then you're only untapping, you're using the trigger to untap your knights, so you can keep going. So that's something to keep in mind for sure. But otherwise the deck looks solid. Definitely the best knight shell that I felt in a while. Like the other shells that I tried were not very good. This one felt like robust, and it felt like it was doing something. So I like that a lot. But besides that, the deck is obviously not at the power level of Modern, at least just yet. It is interesting enough for me to continue exploring it a little bit further, but like this is not like Naya Lands which I explored for months. Like I probably explore this one for like a little bit, maybe a couple of weeks, and if I feel like it just doesn't hold it doesn't pull its weight, I'm probably going to abandon it. But it is good though. I liked a lot of what was going on here. Hopefully you did as well. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button if you did enjoy the video, and leave me in the comments down below your thoughts about the deck, how we can improve it, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.